Hi, I'm Amanda Goodwin, and these are some of my friends. Here's Christian, Michael, Sarah, Lauren, Gabby, and Travis. Okay, so I just wanted to start off by asking y'all a simple question. If I were to tell you that I knew of a corporation that brought in millions and sometimes even billions of dollars off of the hard work of 18 to 24-year-olds, you'd probably be asking me how much they got paid, and then I would tell you they get nothing. And then if you ask me why didn't they get paid, and because they were bringing in so much money to their corporation, you'd be extremely shocked because they still don't get anything. And if I told you that these kids were living below the poverty line, you would be thinking that this is just some corrupt organization. But I'm actually talking about college athletics. I believe that college athletics deserve to be paid for 3 different reasons. One is that scholarship money falls short for many student athletes. Paying players would eliminate the black market, and also being compensated is just the fair thing to do. For many student athletes, receiving a scholarship to play the sport they love is a dream come true, that they'll never have to worry about food or money or school because they earned a scholarship. Well, they're wrong. I actually had the opportunity to go play somewhere, but I chose not to. But after learning this, it turned out to be a blessing. According to a study conducted by the NCPA called The Price of Poverty in Big Time College Sports, athletic scholarships leave scholarship athletes at a shortfall for the full cost of attending college. This shortfall usually is between about $952 or $6,127, but that really just depends on what university that you go to. This lack of money leaves about 85% of college students living below the poverty line, and things like clothing or emergency trips home, summer school, housing, and stuff like that are not accounted for in scholarship tuition. And that can make life for a college athlete extremely difficult. And the problem of poverty is only exacerbated when a family cannot support their child with food and clothing while they're away at college. And a lot of students come from inner city slums and poverty-stricken areas, and their parents have a really hard time supporting them in college. And in an effort to make some money to support themselves, some athletes try to get jobs, but that's against NCAA rules to work during their athletic season. And preventing an athlete from working a job is a travesty in and of itself, so we'll just leave that alone. But in conclusion, from what I've told you so far, when you don't receive any money from home and you aren't allowed to have a job to make up for that, then you'll most likely be living below the poverty line. And when you get out of college and athletics, then what are you going to do then? Every year there are a bunch of scandals in the NCAA and college athletics and almost all of these scandals revolve around one key concept, and that is that college athletes receiving money in ways that NCAA deems illegal. That I've already previously said, college athletes are oftentimes in need of money to buy food or clothing that their parents can't provide. And if a booster were to come up to me and say, hey, here's some money, I mean, it's kind of hard to say no to. And this black market of boosters paying athletes could be completely eradicated if the NCAA just started to pay players for all their hard work and all the revenue that they bring into their university. And there'd be no need for an athlete to illegally take money from the black market if they were already being compensated. And this would also take away some of the scandal publicity that's brought along to colleges and universities in the NCAA. And it would also put an end to coaches losing their jobs because of their players taking much needed money. But if players were to be paid, it would put an end to common occurrence of student athletes receiving illegal payments from the black market and such. The main and most important reason I believe that student athletes should be paid for all their hard work and dedication that they put into their sport is because they deserve to be paid, and it's just the fair thing to do for them. Last year, college football and men's basketball combined generated about $6 billion in annual revenue, and not a penny was given back to the players for the hours that they put into their sport. The players are the ones out on the field taking the hits, scoring touchdowns, sweating bullets, and they're the only ones that aren't being compensated for that. And the NCAA universities are using these young adults to generate millions of dollars for their enterprises and giving none of it directly back to the athletes and students that are making it all happen. And many people were against paying college athletes because they say it's like paying them for a job. Well, being a college athlete is a full-time job. My sister, even in high school, she competed gymnastics for 40 hours a week, and same thing when she was in college, and she had no time for a job, but she also wasn't allowed to. And during season, college football players, on average, spend about 43 hours a week working on their athletic commitment and just getting better to help out the university. And that's more than the average full-time work week of 8 to 5 hours a day, so that's about 40 hours a week. And keep in mind that that's not even taking into account class time and studying and all that they're trying to keep their scholarship. So if you're working a full work week and generating revenue for the same company or whatever, you deserve to be compensated for that company or college. I mean, that's just plain and simple. That's what I believe. And it's just the right thing to do to pay college athletes. From the amount of money that they're generating for the university and the amount of time that they're forced to put into their sport and practicing and training, it's pretty clear to me, and I hope it is to y'all, that they're not being compensated fairly. And the NCAA is trying to equate a bachelor's degree to millions and billions of dollars, which is, in my eyes, it's not right. And I just think that we need to treat scholarship athletes fairly and give them the money that they deserve. And I just believe it's time to pay the players. And that's all. So thank you. Everybody say bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Deuces.